Warning, the following show features stunts performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, everything spicy and the producers must insist that no one attempt to recreate or reenact any stunt or activity performed on this show.
Hey everyone, I'm Phil and this is Everything Spicy. How we doing? It is Friday night. Everybody's off of work now, right? 8:35, everybody sure as hell better be off of work by now. Let's of you're working the third shift. Then you were already off last night, right? If you worked third shift, wouldn't that be Thursday night? Anyways, what's happening, people? Hey, we got 12 people in the house. Hit the thumbs up, share us out. That's how people know we're here. I didn't give anybody a lot of notice, so we'll be slow on people coming in this evening, but they'll get here. What is the damn state of Michigan fear-mongering American saying kids have C words? Yeah, I saw that computer chick. I don't pay much attention to all that garbage, so it's all a bunch of fear-mongering. Anyways, good to see everyone this evening. We will see more people as the evening goes along. I do have one person in the basement. I'm gonna shout out the few folks that are here in the chat right now, and then we'll get on to the basement. We got Tim from Kirk Whipper. He was almost here almost instantly as I posted that up, so he must be sitting around with nothing much to do. He thought he was waiting for me. He's probably just waiting. No, that's not possible. Eileen, the fam, she's here, and she's sharing out Granny's link. Granny's link, of course, is pinned at the top of the chat. If you got an extra 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks, burning a hole in your pocket, you're going to spend it on something stupid anyways, consider giving that to Granny. She hadn't had a donation, it looks like, in a day. So Shane M is in the house. What's up, Shane M? I did see that. I think your shirt has finally gone out. I think your shirt finally went out. So you should see that any day now. I think it went out in shipping either yesterday or today. Eric Pollock is in the house. Oh, shit. Pollock is in the house. This is going to hurt. I know it's more than the tip of the dropper, but we'll finish this off. Shit. Oh, that's good. Oh shit. Good to see you, Pollock. Oh, that's not good. What's up, computer chick? Good to see you, JDS. Flying Canuck is here. What's up, JDS? Here's a hiccup. Lawn Dog is here. What's up, Lawn Dog? How you doing, man? Lone Star Beer Review. What's up, Lone Star? Lazy Nate's here. What's up, Lazy Nate? Dr. Smith is here. What's up, Dr. Smith? Kathy Gahan is in the house. Oh, what's up, Kathy? Of course, there's Stice hanging out down in the basement. Good to see his eyes. Simo is here. What's up, Simo? Good to see him, my friend. Oh, that was a little hot. Whoa. Ooh. I think the bottom of the barrel, it gets hot. I don't know. Ooh. We definitely wasn't ready for that. Ooh. Whew. All right. I got someone down in the basement. Give me a second here. Here we go. Give me a second to recover.
In this video, learn how to get rid of a sty fast and maybe even overnight, as we go over the different types of styes that are out there and the different treatments that work. Let's take a look.
See what happens. That monstrous piece of shark.
Oh! Right. Fucking son of a bitch! Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Now that doesn't happen often, but when it does, it pisses you off.
What's up, Sty?
That didn't hurt as much as you look like you're hurting. Oh boy.
It's a great way to start, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I think you're right. I think it settled out in the bottom of that bottle. All the potency was just. Hi, everybody out in the chat. Good to see y'all again.
Not that that bottle hasn't been one of the hotter bottles I've had, anyways. And it's
Yeah.
been sitting around for a year and a half or so.
Yeah, every time you took a dropper of that bottle, it pretty well lit you up. But this really hit you.
Oh yeah. Whew. Well, it was probably, I don't know, maybe a full dropper worth that time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't look like a lot, but ooh, holy crap. What's up, Gibbler?
Hey, Gibbler and Lone Star. Hey.
Hey, Chad, if you want to join us, by all means. Whew. Oh, man.
Ooh. Ooh, ooh. The fill train's coming through.
All right, I'm trying to.
Really gave you the hiccups, too.
It did. Well, I ate probably an hour ago.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't the normal stuff I would eat.
Uh-huh.
Prep fish
Mm.
and French fries. So,
yeah. The French fries can help you a bit.
yeah,
The fish, not much.
not much. Whew. Damn. Oh, do I got the wrong link in there? I probably do. I might.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I don't know.
No, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, concentrate, get focused, right, Long Dog?
Yeah.
Concentrate on the fact that it's really just the mouth that's burning, but I'll tell you, I got a buzz off of that.
Oh, yeah. Good punch.
It was. That's a good way to start.
That'd be my end. Short stream. Yeah, now we're doing that. Everybody's doing video shorts. Now we're doing short streams. Yeah.
Right.
3 minutes long. Boom, we're done.
Ooh. Ooh. Show us that t-shirt. I think it says it all. Oh, well, I got this one underneath.
Yeah.
Today. Wow.
Yeah.
I actually went to the Pepper Palace today. It's funny. This morning I went to get my new glasses. I don't know if you guys can tell or not. There's a different pair of glasses, a little less reflective than the other ones were.
If you could wear them.
Right? So I got up to the place, and I got on my phone. I was like, you know what? I'm getting ideas. I'm thinking about, they should have a pepper place, like a Pepper Palace here in Michigan, right? And I just Googled Pepper Palace just to kind of contact them and see, if they're planning on. And I see there's one in Birch Run, Michigan. Now, anybody not familiar with Michigan, Birch Run is probably 10 minutes out of Frankenmuth, Michigan, which is known for its German town. It's known for Bronner's, which is the largest Christmas store in the world, things like that. So I tell the wife, all right, we wanted something to do today. This is what we're doing. We're going up to the Pepper Palace. All right. Can bring Fulton up over there. What's up, Fulton?
Hey, Fulton.
Oops. Hold on here a second. We got to do
an intro.
Yeah, where the hell is hers at? There we go.
Anna, Elsa, Christoph, Sven, Samantha. I don't even know it's Samantha. Samantha,
Hey, Sam.
I know a Samantha. Just good to see you, girl.
What's up, Cindy? Hey, James. Whew. What's up, Fulton?
James.
Fulton back.
Hey, Sam.
Excuse me. Ooh,
Nothing much. I got something new for you, Phil.
you do ya? He's got some ass kicking. What? Crunch? Corn crunch?
Yeah, it's called this Corn Crunch.
Yeah? Have you
Yeah.
tried it yet?
Let me see if I can try one of these. But these babies, they are pretty spicy.
Are they? Have you had some yet? Sounds like a pig chewing rock.
Shit.
I tried some, and I think they caught them on. They burned my mouth pretty bad, and it's like the spicy comes into me because it burns my freaking mouth.
Congratulations there, Stan or Dan. Yeah, those look they're probably really hot. Oh. Whew. All right. So
we're going.
So what we did today, so I'll talk about. So I went up to the Pepper Palace, right? It's about 45 minutes from our house, not much of a drive. Get up there, and this is Birch Run is an outlet mall, and it's all these little strip malls all tied together. You got the Gap and Nike and this and that, and there are all these little places in there. Well, we're looking for the Pepper Palace, and we're driving around, and we hit the maps thing on the phone, and we're still not finding this place. Finally, we think we found the place. You know what? They've been open since January of, I think last year, it's in January 2020, maybe January 2020. Either way, there's no sign. All these other outlets have got signs on the front of their buildings for what they are. They got no sign. They're tucked in this little corner, no sign. But I can tell it's a Pepper Palace from what's on the glass and everything else. So one big thing about a Pepper Palace, for any of you who have never been to a Pepper Palace, what's really cool about Pepper Palace is they've got all these sauces and they got all these displays that these sauces are in where you can try something before you buy it.
I'm back.
So they've got all these hot sauces open. All you got to do is, dip a chip or whatever, and you can try something before you buy it.
Oh, wow.
Unless, of course, you're in the middle of a pandemic and you live in Michigan.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
And the health department obviously doesn't allow them to give out any samples at all. So not only are the little sample things they've got out all cleaned out and nothing in them, but they can't even give you a sample if they wanted to.
But doesn't Michigan allow you to get carry out, like at McDonald's and places like that?
Yep, they would not allow them to have that.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
So one of the big appeals, Chrysler Imperial, it's a e-waste. So one of the big appeals about going to the Pepper Palace is not only can you try something before you buy it, but then you get to sample the end. You get to sample the horseradish sauce. I forget what it's called. Nasal napalm. You get to sample all this stuff prior to buying it, right?
No, we got
not this guy.
happening right now.
So it kind of took the red off my lollipop. So I get in there and I'm looking around. They got all sorts of everything they got in this Pepper Palace is all Pepper Palace sauces. So it's nothing I've ever seen before. It's nothing I've ever tried before. It's all Pepper Palace salsas, sauces, marinades, barbecue sauces, you name it. They had it. They had pickles. They had green beans that were habanero flavored. They had all sorts of stuff in there. But again, none of it to try. So, but I did find myself feeling like I needed to buy something from there.
That's something.
So this is I bought 4 bottles of hot sauce. And the guy told me, he says, well, it's not posted around the store. He says, but if you buy 5, the next one's free.
Man, that's good. I can't. I'm going to have to remove my earbuds. I won't be able to hear you.
What's wrong?
Well, he muted, so it stopped.
Oh, okay. Now it's muted. Yeah.
Fulton, you're driving people nuts with your chewing rocks.
Well, no, it's
that's
all
right.
kinds of background sound.
So, what kind of sauces do you have, Phil,
No, I can't.
in that bag?
Sorry, I can't.
Well, that's what we're going to show you.
All right.
Let me put this down here. And at the very end, the guy gives me a bottle of sauce, and I don't know what. Oh no, this is the one he gave me. So this is one of the kind of a cool label, Scorpion Stinger hot sauce. Again, if you look here, they're all pepper palace sauces.
That's cool.
You see that right up
I
at the
like
top.
that.
And of course, what's the main ingredient in this one? Trinidad Scorpion pepper,
What's that?
right?
Ooh, I love peppers.
Fulton. I got to look out.
Oh, go ahead.
You got to stop with all the background noise there, Fulton. You're bothering. It's a problem on the panel.
Yeah, both Sam and I are wearing earbuds, and it's super extreme.
So another good thing I got, I figured, you know what? I've got plenty of hot sauces, right? But I did get some hot sauces. Got plenty of hot sauces, but so I decided to get this
What's that? A salsa?
Reaper salsa.
Oh, cool.
I got a pepper palace thing. But one thing I was noticing when I was looking at it, the label is a lot like Rising Smoke sauce work. It's not made by them, but I mean that skull is kind of a New Orleans type thing.
Yeah.
They just had their own version, but that's what it reminded me of.
Yep.
So a very
Similarity
nice thick salsa. So
yeah.
And of course, I've been lucky enough that a lot of these companies lately have been sending me stuff to review, so I haven't had to spend a lot on sauces. Now, when I do challenges and stuff, nobody sends you challenges. You got to buy all that crap yourself. What's up, Saucy Shane? Hike with Mike. How you guys doing, B lady? How you doing? Woo.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, there's one in here. I'm trying to open this underneath here because I know you guys got your earbuds on, and this is paper. They wrapped everything for us. Oh no, this is not that.
Oh, you got the nasal napalm.
Nasal napalm. So, yep. Now, I've had horseradish straight up and whatnot. From what I understand, this is concentrated. There's a warning on here. Warning number 1. This is the most powerful horseradish on the planet. And although it will not kill you, it may make you a little crazy.
Make you wish you were dead.
Number 2, one tiny speck of this horseradish is all you can handle. Warning number 3, do not apply to sensitive areas. Do not hold jar directly under nose and smell. Sounds like a challenge. Number 4, intentionally concealing the intense aroma and burn of this product is misguide others in wrong and likely to earn you a bad butt whooping. Excuse me, I'm having a hard time reading right now because my eyes are still watering. So, you're killing me now. Now you're echoing, Fulton.
It's gone now.
Yeah.
Oh, I just muted him.
Okay.
Fulton, I'm gonna have to drop you down because all the background noise and all the echoing and everything, it's just it's affecting the other people up here. So I can't.
Yeah, I can't.
I got to
The
drop
chat's
you.
hearing it too.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I only got half a earbud in.
it's killing folks. So, yeah, we picked up this. This will be one of those things that'll stay in my refrigerator. I'll probably use it, but it'll probably only come out every so often because this stuff, from what I understand, is pretty potent. So that's 4 things. I mean, we got 2 left.
Oh, you got 2 to go.
2 more things in there. I'm sorry, we got 3.
Ooh, you had fun.
Oh
A
yeah.
little shopping adventure.
Well, I wasn't gonna go. I wasn't gonna drive 45 minutes to this place and not come away with something.
Yeah.
So of course, I guess they determine on whether they give you this or not at the register. See how bright that is?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Awesome.
Awesome sauce.
awesome
You're
sauce.
awesome.
Awesome sauce.
So I guess
That's
if they
cool.
really like you or something, they give you this at the register.
Huh.
It looks like cayenne's probably the hottest pepper in there. So, but that's like a bright red there.
That is.
Oh my goodness. I'm feeling my little bit of tincture down in my tum.
Really? Oh my God.
Again, it's just a little discomfort. It's nothing huge, but I feel it.
Uh-huh.
This is one of the ones when I was looking around that I actually wanted out of everything other than the salsa. Come on, focus.
Focus. I just can't read it.
I know. Give it a sec. Ah, damn camera. Well, it is 3 peppers: Jolokai, which is your ghost pepper, your scorpion, and your habanero. Those are the 3 peppers on the front of that. Come on, man. There we go. Maybe it'll focus now.
I think it knows what you're trying to do.
I think so too. Maybe I get my hand away.
Camera's giving you shit.
Yeah.
That's weird. There we go.
There. Oh, there.
Yeah.
There.
Way better. Those peppers are awesome on the front. Those
Isn't
are
it?
cool.
Right?
Yeah. Trace.
Oh, and then this. Ooh.
Okay. It's ghost.
Hot chocolate. What?
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate with ghost pepper.
Neat.
Yep. And that covers that. And then, of course, there was another place we went up. We did go up to Frankenmuth, and we picked up some Carolina Reaper
Jerky.
Because why? Why not?
Why not?
Exactly.
Right.
Actually, I picked up. What else did I pick up at that place? I picked up. They're upstairs. Cheese curds.
Oh, you did?
Ghost pepper cheese curds.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Zing. Lawn dog. Zing.
Ghost pepper cheese curds. So
Yeah. Zing.
So, well, I remember the last cheese curds I had. I liked them, but I didn't eat a lot of them. They were just kind of, it's just kind of cheese, you know. I mean, I like cheese
Right.
and everything, but it was just, and the next time I went to them, they were bad, so it's no big deal. But these ones I got a feeling I'll eat quicker than because of the kick. I'll probably have a tendency to eat those quicker than I
Have
did
you-
the other ones.
Phil, have you ever taken cheese curds, put them in a small microwave safe dish? Just put a small handful of them in a microwave safe dish. Microwave it for about 30 seconds, 15 to 30 seconds, just till they start melting. All of the buttery oils come out in them, and you can eat them with a fork. They're just stretchy like mozzarella.
Oh, really?
And any flavors that they've infused them with just pop. Because I get these chili cheese curds up here, and they're spicy. I mean, they got a lot of chilies in them, and I microwave them for just a few seconds. They get soft, and they're just buttery, but hotter than hell. You know, the spices just pop. So give it a try. Give it a try. Just a small handful of them and try it out. I think you'll like it.
Fulton, I'm not bringing you back up, buddy. You just got too much noise and too much going on down there, boy.
That's
So, what's up, Joe W? Mike with Mike said, I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Ghost pepper.
Pepper.
That's what giggling at.
Mike.
Pepper.
Some of those, B lady, I was looking at them at the place, and the biggest thing I think with a lot of these, and that's not one of them, is a lot of them seem to be very, not very thick. With a lot of these other sauces that I got behind me, you see me trying to get them out onto a spoon or whatnot, and they're matter of fact, why don't we do this as long as we got everybody here? And now I think my tummy stopped. We'll see.
Oh yeah, you just want to aggravate it some more.
Right. We're going to go ahead and try this one.
You are
the sweet peppers, and why not?
Hey,
got everybody here.
Tres Diablos.
I love those little dudes on the front.
Yeah.
That'd make a cool shirt, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would.
You could just steal those 3 little dudes and put them on in front of a shirt.
Yeah.
Focus.
Little green tongues.
I like the name of it too, Tres Diablos. That's yeah. I'd like the whole damn thing on a shirt. That would be cool.
Yep.
What's up, Better Taste Kitchen? How you doing?
Now that Pepper Palace should have had a whole section of T-shirts with some of their labels on the T-shirts, man. If they want to make money, they need to hire me as their marketer, man.
The biggest shirt they had was an extra large.
Oh no, you got to be kidding.
Yeah. And maybe that's just because I didn't ask the guy if they had anything in the back, but I was like, no. So
that's all that was out there on the rack.
All that was out there on the rack. So, all right.
Hey, Mike's Outdoors. Awesome.
Mike and Outdoors. Hey, Mike.
Thanks for supporting Phil. That's great.
Let's give Mike a little thank you here.
A little
he gets this one.
Shake.
Mister. We'll do one more. Anyways. Thank you, Mike. We do appreciate it, man.
Yes, that's nice.
Oh, he said, let's see the ladies dancing. Who else is going to dance? Oh, never mind.
Oh, said it in plural, eh?
Right. He did.
Yeah.
That's the only other lady up here.
Might break out the Running Man for you, but that's about it.
There you go.
Just so you're aware, Sam's changed careers quite a long time ago.
What's up, Maddie Spice?
Oh, my go-go boots up.
There you go. That is Tres Diablos. Whew. Yeah, your Carolina Reaper definitely is the overwhelming smell on this. This is going to be hot. It's going to go great with what's in my stomach. Got some specks of something in it.
It's got some specks or something.
Probably seeds, habanero, vinegar, salt, tomato paste, ghost pepper, scorpion pepper, garlic, onion, and xanthium gum. I think I taste the xanthium gum.
Yeah.
Woo, got a little kick to it.
Hey, Mike's Outdoors. Hi. Thank you for
what's up, Maddie Spice? How you doing, man?
I always tell when you feel the heat right away because you're like, you got that run in your throat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or I start dying like I did with the tincture. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, that tincture hit you fast too.
Oh God. That's the thing with tincture, man. It is. If it's hot, it hits you hard. That's why you don't see me doing this one up here.
Oh.
That's death shots. I've had that since the beginning. That shit is
All that for a reason.
And I can only imagine how hot this one is now. It's got 190 proof ethanol alcohol in it, and the essence of 10 Carolina Reapers. Doesn't seem like that'd be a lot, but 190 proof ethanol alcohol.
Ethanol. What the hell? They filled that bottle at the gas station or what?
Here.
Ethanol. It's corn. That's corn alcohol.
There you go.
Ethol.
Ethyl.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I'm just reading it. I'm just reading it.
I'm just reading it. Don't shoot the messenger for crying out
Right,
loud.
I don't know. Will the Rock ethanol?
Garcia.
That's not good.
Maddie Spice. Hey.
Whew. Yeah, I watched Maddie eat a couple of the Carolina Reaper challenge thing. He ate a couple of Carolina Reapers. He just put that video out. I think it was yesterday. So,
Hey, Dan.
are we still live? My phone went.
No, it's
Okay, that's
Still
good.
ticking on my end.
Okay,
Yeah.
my phone went like we were offline. So, but we're good. We're still here. Good.
we're still here. We're not all there, but we're here.
Trying to think, we haven't even got to the point where we just taken off yet. What's up, obsessive gardener? How you doing?
Hey.
Maddie, I still feel the burn. I bet you do.
Yeah.
Nothing little reapers won't, do when they go through the system and then have to make the final exit. They gotta go to hollow earth at some time.
Yeah. They gotta yell out goodbye.
Says, yep,
On their way
actual
out.
ethanol. There you go. Hippie lady. That's good to know. Yeah, I know there's been plenty of days where I've had to have extra stuff for the tail end. So what's up, Raven? How you doing, man?
Hey, Raven.
Mm.
So what do you
Samantha.
got?
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, ask what you guys have been up to today. I know I saw Sty do his show.
Well,
A
I
little
was
bit
just
I saw.
I was gonna ask Samantha if she heard me on my show say that I got to get a hold of you next week, and
Yeah.
I got to show off. Yeah. 4:00 this morning. I couldn't sleep last night. 4:00 this morning. Worst thing I could do is get online and start looking at stuff, and I ended up buying a mandolin.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So
Awesome.
I thought you had a mandolin.
no, I don't have a mandolin. These are the only two instruments I have.
What do you got back there? What is that called again then?
A dulcimer and a
Dulcimer.
hobro. Yeah, that's the girl on the street corner's brother.
Dulcimer.
Hobro.
Dulcimer.
Yeah.
All those cheap hookers. Oh my goodness. All right. So the stomach feels all right. I get worried at times when you start feeling a little something coming from the stomach. It's like your brain starts. So no.
Yeah.
What have you been up to, Sam?
Chase.
Went to the gym and then I got went shopping and got everything because I'm making 2 bunny cakes this Easter. One for my sister's house and then one for my father-in-law's. So yeah, it's gonna be an eventful day for me tomorrow. I'll be baking all day.
Well, we had to call off. I don't know. I said this last night. We had to call off Easter.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, my daughter was around someone at her job that came up positive for COVID. We don't know if she's got it yet or not. She's going to go get tested on Monday, and just don't want to take a chance. Now she has stayed away from the rest of us, except to go to the bathroom. She has stayed away from the rest of us, so there shouldn't be any problems there. But you never know. You never know. So
Gotta be safe than sorry. Yeah.
that's right. But especially when you're dealing with my mother-in-law, 90-year-old woman that all of her immune, not just the fact she's 90. I mean, she's got rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, all these things with a very lowered immune system.
Yeah. You don't want to take any risks.
No, don't take no risks with her. And having her, what was it, Thanksgiving we did with her? We didn't do, it was before Thanksgiving. Or no, we didn't do Thanksgiving with her. We did Christmas with her. but we called off Thanksgiving just because, just too many things going on around Thanksgiving time. So
Yeah.
we were worried. So
yeah.
So I guess Monday we'll know for sure if my daughter picked it up or not, and if there's anything we really need to do or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I ain't doing nothing for Easter.
no.
Well, Sunday night I got Sty Story, but
Yeah.
other than that, I ain't doing nothing.
Well, the wife said she's going to cook chicken and do mashed potatoes still and green beans and stuff like that. She asked the kids if they wanted her to make a dessert. So they just got done eating a damn birthday cake over the last 4 days. My middle boy turned 23 on the 25th. I think it was the 27th or 28th. She made the cake, and like 3 days later, that whole damn thing's gone. So, and it's chocolate cake, so I don't like chocolate cake, so I didn't have a bit of it. So,
Yeah, I'm not chocolate cake.
yeah. Oh, lawn dog.
Yeah, lawn dog. I know quite a few people that actually play the hammer dulcimer. Yeah.
Wow.
Probably 5 folks I know play the hammer dulcimer. It's a big deal. It's making a big comeback. The company I got the dulcimer and the Hobro from, they make them, custom build them, and they're so back ordered on hammer dulcimers right now. Don't even try to order one unless you got a year to wait. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of. People are getting back to the old style, retro kind of stuff.
Lawn dog, big deal. The Renaissance Festival Fair. Yeah, we got one of those Renaissance festivals we get here. I don't think it's every fall there, lawn dog, here in Michigan. So, yeah, it's a crazy event out there.
They had a big one in Shakopee, Minnesota every year, and I used to go. And yeah, you get to walk around with a big old turkey leg and chew on that while you're watching all the Renaissance folks doing their thing.
And what's funny is a lot of these Renaissance folks, they get all dressed up, but these are people that they're a little dressed up most of the time anyways. They may not be in full gala year round.
Right, but they're
they kind of live the part almost for the other 11 months out of the year. Yeah. You see some of them here and there, and it's like, oh yeah, I've seen you before.
Yeah.
I guess there's worse things you could be or, dress up as. So, see, lawn dog gets dressed up for it.
Well, I've been to a few rendezvous, black powder rendezvous, and you see some of those guys and you go, the least you could have done was dress for the rendezvous, because that's the way they look all the time anyway. They're running around in buckskins 24/7. And they show up at a rendezvous and what the heck?
So Canada just went on a 4-week lockdown?
Is it the whole country?
Is it
they're doing some weird stuff up there. They're doing some really weird stuff in Canada right now.
What was I was seeing if you come into Canada via plane, you have to go to a voluntary hotel for 3 days.
Yeah.
If you haven't gotten a COVID test.
Right. You have to prove that you've tested negative.
And if you drive in, it's 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. If you drive in, it's 15 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's voluntary, but you have to do it.
Right.
Do these people that run our countries think we're that freaking stupid? It's voluntary for you to go to this hotel that you have to go to.
Right.
Didn't any of them go to school? I know the difference between you have to and voluntary. I know the difference between the two. They obviously don't,
We've given these politicians power.
Yeah.
They're not letting it go.
It's mandatory. It's mandatory.
821090.
But don't worry about it because it's voluntary that it's mandatory. Okay. Jesus. They're just trying to confuse guys like me, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. We got Canada, on lockdown doing what they're doing. We got, Texas is, back to normal, but then they're letting illegals in, and 10% of them have COVID, and they're busting those people all over the country.
Well, that's it. Texas spent so much time arguing that they've finally got theirs. It's finally down to where it's manageable. And then this is going on, and Texas is like, what did we waste our time for? We put all that effort into protecting everybody in our own state, and then all of a sudden, here it comes, right back pouring in.
I don't know what's going on in our government.
Oh, I'm gonna love the mandolin, I guarantee you. I've always been interested in playing the mandolin, but then I got to looking at it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah. Technically a mandolin's really only a 4-string instrument. It's got 8 strings, but they're in 4 groups of 2. And so it's like playing a 4-string instrument. I'm gonna like it. It's gonna be really noisy out at camp this summer, I guarantee you.
You'll have a good time.
3-string instruments that I gotta learn this summer. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Holy smoke! You sound like I should.
Well, that was a little bit of little comeback.
A little comeback.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
Wow.
Backward burn.
That's weird. But anyways. Oh, yeah, I didn't come with a whole lot other than I figured I would show now, can anybody, no, I already asked Di, but I don't know if anybody else can tell the difference in my new glasses and the amount of reflection that are coming off of these.
I can tell.
Yeah. It's a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, there's a little, but it's not bright like it used to be. Your other glasses, we could see your screen on them, just like 2 screens. Yeah. Now it's very little.
Yeah, definitely less, but you can still see a reflection in them. It's not quite as bright. Yeah. I don't know.
Better. When you sit back, there's nothing hardly. So
yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, I was trying to adjust the screen. I was trying to do this and then adjust my camera, or maybe there was a better angle for my camera. It seems like no matter what I do, what I probably should do is have the computer off to the side and just the camera in front of me. But then like when I used to be out on the porch, and I was always talking to the chat, I was always looking here,
right?
Not here,
Yeah.
So, the lady said she could tell immediately. Well, I sure hope so. Well, the other ones had scratches on the lenses. I talked about that when I went golfing, and they were in the golf cart, and so they were scratchy. Anyway, the first thing I knew when I put these on, they handed me a card. I'm looking at the card. I'm going, yeah, I can read everything on there. I flipped it over, 2020 on the other side. It's like, yeah, that was good. So I feel better being able to see clearly. So, what's up, Tuna? Oh, yeah. So I didn't have a whole lot coming up tonight. 2.0 over here.
Hey, Tuna, we can take care of you. We get tuna fish.
There you go.
Hey,
what do you think, Sty?
Hey, 2.0. Yep.
Now the question is who's better looking?
Yeah. Thank God you didn't ask which one's going to live longer. That old son of a bitch would be around 200 years from now.
Who knows? I got to remember I didn't do it on Thursday. I want to put him in my passenger seat again and have him sit in the truck for a few days and see what kind of reactions I get again.
What you do
That was
though,
funny.
what you do is you just have them in your truck out in the parking lot in the shopping mall somewhere with all the windows up, with the truck off in August when it's about 90 degrees out and 95% humidity, and just have them sitting in that truck and just kind of hang out at the entrance of the mall and watch for when the cops show up to see if the old guy's okay.
Well, you almost have to have like tinted glass for that, because I don't have tinted glass in my truck, because I think most everybody, once they get up to the vehicle, will be like, oh, okay. But
yeah.
You never know. People are crazy. People see it from a distance and call.
Well, that's it. They won't even come up to the truck. They'll just call the cops, Oh, that'd be bad. That'd be bad. It'd be funnier than hell, but that'd be bad.
B lady, you're wondering why our country is relaxing? Well, I mean, if you looked at two of our states there, B lady, two of our states, Michigan, Florida, and Texas, don't have the mask mandate right now, and their cases have gone down.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, nobody does the mask thing right. Everybody that I see wearing a mask is touching their mask with their hands. Everybody.
Yeah.
Whether you're touching it, on the outside, the inside, whatever, everybody's wearing the same mask day in, day out. No one's putting on a fresh mask every day. Everybody's got their own cloth mask that they're not washing every day.
Now,
so
this is a good example. The whole mask thing is it's malarkey. Okay, my tattoo artist, the guy that does my tattoo work, that guy, when he's doing tattoo work on me, he's wearing a mask. He puts a mask on. He's gloved up and he's wearing a mask. He's doing tattoo work.
Blood.
And every time, literally, if he forgets and touches that mask, he says, I'll be right back, pushes away from you, goes over to his table, takes that mask out, puts it in a closed dispenser, takes a fresh mask, puts it on, comes back, starts working on it. He changes that mask out every time he makes a contact to it, because he just cross-contaminated that mask.
Mm-hmm.
You go into a clinic. Last time I was at the doctor's office. My doctor came in, mask on. She sits down, talking to me a minute. She goes, I'll be right back. I got to run in my office. I got a printout I need to get for you. She ran in there. She comes back in, goes to the corner of the room, takes that mask off, drops it in the garbage, grabs a fresh one out of the dispenser, puts it on. Because she left the room wearing that mask and then came back. She got rid of that mask. It's because those masks, the minute they're cross-contaminated, they're no good.
Right.
But everybody, they're telling us in Wisconsin, heck, I could wear the old lady's panties on my face and I meet the requirement. You need a face covering, they say. Well, that's a joke. That's not even, none of this is scientific. None of it is. The whole mask thing is not even scientific because it does not work. It doesn't work with the facts. And people want to argue, oh, yes, Fauci said so. Oh, I'd like to get that Fauci. I'll give him an exam.
I think at some point in time there was a benefit to it when things were at its worst. But I think we look now and look at these two states as an example. And there are obviously other states other than these two that have dropped the mask mandate. And nobody's going up in cases. I think maybe one state has plateaued or whatnot that was going down.
Yeah, I know here in Wisconsin it's bottomed out.
Yeah,
we're not seeing cases. We see a few here and there, but nothing measurable really.
Now, see, I don't. Raven says I hate wearing masks. I don't know that I hate wearing masks. I find it to be very inconvenient. I hate, the fogging up of my glasses.
I I don't like not being able to just freely breathe without having to breathe through something.
Yeah, see, but see, you get what with if you are like me, where I'm at a job where I wear it, a good part of the day. You kind of get it's something you got used to. I can tell you when we first started having to do them, wear them back, April, May a year ago. I hated it, and I tell you, I'm a heavy guy. Walking around, moving around quickly from thing to thing. I can get to breathing heavy without a mask. You have to restrict my breathing with a mask, and it was no fun. But I've kind of grown accustomed to being able to. Now, again, I still get winded when I'm rushing around for customers or whatever. But yeah, I think as big as people with people that like Sty probably is not out in the public a lot where you have to wear it, right?
Yeah, only every couple of days.
Yeah, so you don't really come accustomed to wearing it.
I found that what are they? The blue ones.
Yeah.
Those work the best if you wear glasses because you can restrict the airflow through it a lot better across the bridge of your nose. So you're not. Otherwise, if I'm wearing one of the cloth ones, man, I can't go in a store. Heck, I get about 20 feet in the store and I'm blind. I'm just fogged up. I can't see. And the paper ones work better for that.
And I wind up pulling mine down beneath my nose when I come inside. Now, when I bring it down below my nose, I'm exposing myself, not everyone else. Because when I breathe out my nose or in and out of my nose, I'm not expelling moisture particles like I do with my mouth. So,
are you sure?
I'm not sure. Snot rockets.
Yeah. Well, plus you're breathing right down the front of the outside of that mask.
Right.
So if you go and kiss somebody with another mask on, your two masks come together, you just contaminated their mask. Yeah, you don't see all these young kids out here suck facing all the time either on the streets. They all got masks on,
What's up, Colin?
Colin's got his earmuffs on.
Hi. He said hi.
Hey.
He's going outside.
Hi, Colin.
What's funny, we want to say hi to Colin. Of course, we make him big. We should be making ourselves big so you can see us.
That's
Yeah.
Hi, Colin.
Still says hi.
Yeah.
Oh.
Zip.
Mom's making sure he dresses up warm so you don't get sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't need none of that crap right now.
Yeah.
We had some sun today. It got up into the upper 40s today. Now, of course, it's supposed to warm up as the week goes along, but
it's supposed to be really nice tomorrow. I hope it is. I got so much to talk about. I'll be wearing that damn mask all day tomorrow.
But our Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, when it got to up in the mid to upper 60s, 40% chance of rain, thunderstorms. So it's going to get warmer, but it might be raining the entire time. Either way.
Gosh. I can't believe it. It's 50 degrees here right now.
Is it really?
Yeah. And then
it's 34 here right now. So we'll see. You got the weather we're going to get the next day or two.
It's supposed to hit 60 tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. But then there's rain coming. So we could use rain, though. In Wisconsin, they issued the fire bans. All fire permits have been canceled. And
we got a good soaking rain. When was it? I think it was last week where the ditches were like half full. So we got a really, really good soaking rain. And then, of course, we had snow 2 days ago.
We just got light rain, several hours of light rain, but nothing where it left puddles anywhere. And we need the rain here.
Lady, I am not getting any shots unless it's going to restrict me being able to go on vacation in January a year from now.
That was me.
Right.
I wasn't going to get mine either, Phil, but now the Forest Service wants me to get it to be a host.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give up the hosting. I'll take the risk and take the shot.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I mean, I'm not worried about the risk of the shot. I mean, even though, again,
I just don't like
there could be long-term side effects that none of us know about, right?
Right.
Because
And
when you develop something like this in a 9-month period of time, you can speculate, you can use science to try to determine what the long-term side effects may or may not be. But I think was it Sty or was it someone else that was saying that, doctors used to say way back in the day when people were smoking, that smoking doesn't cause cancer.
right.
Doctor
Right.
in his lab coat,
They would recommend.
Smoking doesn't cause cancer.
They had Lucky Strike cigarette ads that said approved and recommended by all these doctors. And they had doctors in the cigarette ads smoking, saying these menthol cigarettes will help open up your lungs. They're good for you. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, they didn't have a clue. Is the thing is they didn't have a clue.
Well, see, I don't get the flu shot, and I think the reason I don't get the flu is because I'm not introducing that little bit of flu. Now I know with the JCT, how are you doing? I know with the flu, you're actually introducing flu to your body at a very small level, so your body knows how to fight it off. And I know that you're not bringing COVID into your body with the COVID shots. It's a completely different type of shot. But
now, did you see? Now they're looking at, because the COVID vaccine is working, I guess, so well, that now they're looking at combining it with the annual flu shot for the future. Not this year, but in years after this, it'll be part of that combined flu shot. So you won't have the choice. Well, I just want the COVID, not the flu shot. It's going to be all in one. So and I wasn't surprised at that, because typically one of the diseases in the combined flu shot is a lot of the general COVIDs, because this COVID-19 is one of hundreds and hundreds of them that they found. So we've already had vaccines for COVID. It's in your flu shot.
Yeah,
but
COVID's been around a long time before this.
Yeah, they said they actually think the COVID virus is older than any animal in history, that it was one of the earliest microbial life forms. So COVID's been here forever.
Yep.
It's just we haven't had to deal with it forever.
Yeah, that's the same thing with me, Mike's Outdoors and Adventures. Again, I don't get a flu shot. I've had the flu maybe once in the last 20 years. I got the 24-hour variety, and it was really bad when I got it. I mean, I was sweating. I was laying on the floor to get out of bed. I felt like I was hallucinating. I mean, I was bad for 12 of the 24 hours, but it happened on the night I got home from work. I started feeling bad. Went through it all on my day off, and by the following day, I was back to work, so I didn't even miss any work.
Yeah. The last bout of what I would consider the flu was the only one I had in 5 years. And in that 5 years, I had open heart surgery, and they want you to have that flu shot all the time. And no, the only shot that I do tell them I want and I get is the pneumonia, because of my health conditions.
Gotcha.
Pneumonia would probably kill me, but I only had the flu once in 5 years, and it was just like you said. I think I would have to say within 48 hours, it was completely gone. It was a rough first 24 and kind of a icky second 24, but then I was fine.
Yeah.
That's why with the COVID, I've been so lucky through this whole thing, and I've been out in the public around people and stuff, and I'm around Running Water all the time. He's driving all over the damn country. So
Well, that was my wife, even for, when we were out today, she was apprehensive about being around people. And when I think about it, my wife basically is home. When she goes grocery shopping, she goes at 7:00 in the morning, so she's not around a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
And then she goes to work at an office of 5 people.
Uh-huh.
So she's not in the public like I am,
Right.
I go and do all of this stuff for the family and stuff. I'm the one that's around all sorts of coworkers, everything, and customers and everything else.
Customers
every single day.
Yeah, for you, customers, total strangers. You haven't a clue where they've been.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, you hope if someone's got it, they're not coming into the place of business, but you never know. They could have been like my daughter. My daughter was around someone with COVID, and she's kind of like self-quarantining. But do I quarantine myself because my daughter? It wasn't like I've touched my daughter or done anything around my daughter. Matter of fact, everything we did was kind of like sanitize the house. But it's like this is not the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. That if someone's been around someone that's been around someone that had it, you don't all have to quarantine.
Right.
If that was the case, we'd have to do it at my job because we've had a couple of people up in the sales department that got it, and they were touching a lot of stuff in the back, a lot of keys and a lot of things we touch in the back. We all wind up going through, and they believe they got it from people in the back, and nobody else up front quarantined from any of that stuff, and everybody else wound up fine. No one else picked it up. So,
yeah. Well, the building I live in, there's 82 people in this building. And they're using the 2 little elevators we got all the time. They're touching the doors, the public doors, all day long. 82 people. We haven't had one case in this building. And those people are coming and going. They're going all over the place, around town and crap. Not a single case reported in our building yet.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But it amazes me with all of the contact everybody's getting, cross contact, our public laundry facilities downstairs. There's always 4 or 5 people in there. And we got a day room and there's people down there watching TV together and stuff. And yeah, nobody's gotten it. And I thought with this building, because the way the air circulation system works, we're all sharing the same damn air in this building too. I thought, oh yeah, somebody gets it in here.
We're all goners.
Yeah, just bury the building. Just dig a hole and bury the building.
Oh, well, again, that's us. I mean, people are in and out of the doors on our place, in and out of the bathrooms, in and out of every department in our place. And there's no one going around wiping down door handles. Now, we are told that every couple of days they come in and they got this fogger and they fog our new car showroom, our service area and whatnot. But what you're assuming now is that the $10 an hour person that at the very beginning, a year ago, that was cleaning your toilets and cleaning your floors and whatnot, that same person for an entire year is still continuing to do this a year later, 3-4 nights a week. I don't think that $10, $12 an hour guy that's working for someone else is doing that. I could be wrong.
Right. Now, B Lady was asking, if they're cleaning our elevators and stuff, and that. Yes, 4 times a day they got a designated employee in their maintenance staff, and he goes around 4 times a day, and everything in all public areas, he sprays them and wipes them down. But they don't realize he's doing that 4 times a day, about every 2 hours, right? Well, in that 2-hour window that he's not cleaning them, there's 30 to 50 people that just touched and used all of that. In between those cleanings are only good till the first person touches it. So, really, he's wasting his damn time. He might as well clean it in the morning, clean it at night, go home. Because all these cleanings during the day don't mean nothing because there's so much human traffic going in and out and touching everything. He'd have to stand in the elevator and wipe the keypad every time somebody used it. You know,
Well, they don't mean anything for normal germs, but I mean, you would hope if he's doing it 4 times a day, that if one person had the germs and put it on something,
he might have caught it.
Yeah, he got it either before some or before many people got it. Obviously, they're doing something right there. If you've got a building of 82 people and no one's got it, I would have to say if they're doing that 4 times a day, like you say they're doing it, they're doing something right.
But you'd have to watch the guy. I mean, he's using the same rag in this elevator, that elevator, though, and all the doorknobs and the mailboxes. It's the same rag. I mean, again, I don't think the science holds up to the so-called cleaning. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's just all he's doing really is spreading stuff around.
Well, I joke that they use the same rag to clean off our desk and everything they're using to clean the piss off the urinals, but
well, that's it. I never.
How do you know they're not?
They closed our public restrooms in our building, so
what's up, Chino?
Now only the office staff get to use those, and he cleans those too. So now you got me thinking. I got to take a look at the color of the. I'm going to talk him in. Make that guy use a white towel to clean stuff, so we can see what color it is when he's done. If he heads for the elevators with a yellow or brownish colored towel, then we go no.
Well, that's what I always wonder. Again, you're, and again, nothing against you if you're a cleaning person, but I believe a lot of these cleaning people, they're just there like the rest of us. They're just there to get a job. They want to clean everything. They want to get done. They don't know the people that are working there. They have no personal relationship with anybody who works there. All they want to do is they want to get that bathroom clean. They want to get that showroom clean, so that you clean enough so that no one complains, and then get the hell out of there and go home for the evening. So
that's my kid, my youngest boy. He's head custodial for our community college here in town, and his buildings, he does 3 out of their 12 buildings, and he has his supervisors come in and they go, why is it that the other buildings, not yours, but the other ones, the bathrooms and the dining areas, everything look really clean, but they don't smell clean like yours? And my kid told him, you think them guys are wasting their time to use disinfectant and soap when they're just washing it down to make it look good? They're not cleaning, they're just making it look clean. And he says, I don't want to catch it. He says, I use so much chemical, I couldn't catch COVID. I'm soaked in that shit by the time I'm done working.
Right.
He says, I'm cleaner than their bathrooms when I head home.
Well, that's Simple Green. In the military, we cleaned everything with Simple Green, and we found out, years later that Simple Green can make you sterile. I'm like, bullshit! I got 6 kids to prove it don't.
Yeah. It don't work that way.
It didn't for me, anyways.
Yeah.
All right, Sam. Have a good night, girl.
Sam. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for having me. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hate going down this topic and whatnot, but it comes up, and it's something I think that everyone can relate to. Everybody, I'm sure there are people in the chat that do their utmost to make sure. I mean, I wash my hands, several times a day. I always have, because I touch a lot of people's hands. I don't want to get sick from people. Yeah. And guess what? I go to the bathroom 6 of times a day. And I get real squeamish when I see people go in the bathroom
and you don't hear the water running. They come out. You never heard that sink run.
And someone touched their pecker, and now they're shaking hands with people in the showroom.
Yeah, I mean, See,
Nope.
I'm that way. I'm just, yeah, Phil, you and I would get along good because I'm that way. And that's like I tell people, my bathroom is cleaner than my damn kitchen. I got a thing about, I want it sparkly clean, and
Nah.
I just feel good about it. I just don't ever have to think about it because it's always kept disinfected, and same
Well, I
with my
work.
kitchen.
I also, when I come out of the bathroom, I wash my hands. I grab the paper towel, dry my hands, and I use that paper towel to grab a hold of the door handle
Or to get out.
to get out of the bathroom. And then right there, we got the thing, and I put it in. So I don't ever touch that door handle going out of that bathroom because one time, one person I worked with, now I work with him now, but 20 years ago, 17 years ago, he showed me something. He's like, let me show you something. And he grabs a paper towel, he gets it wet, and he went to a random door handle in the dealership. And he rubbed that on the inside of the door handle, and he says, look at that. He says, that, when people don't wash their hands or go out of the bathroom, there's pecker stuff all over the backside of that handle. Didn't wash your hands.
It's nasty.
Because you're definitely going out of the men's room. You don't want to touch that door handle, especially if you're in a restaurant and you're going back out to eat your food.
Hey, this is absolutely no lie. The administrative building I worked in at the end of my career, that big administrative building, I hired an architect engineering firm to come in because we're going to do a full remodel. And the engineer, he said, well, so many of your doors really need to be upgraded and replaced. And we're putting security systems in. And he says, so should we do all the doors while we're at it? And I said, yeah, sure. I couldn't believe it. They got all the doors done in that building. The bathroom doors, you use a handle to get in the bathroom. You can use your shoulder to get out or your foot. There's no handles on the inside of the bathroom doors. And I go, did you put them doors on kind of ass backwards or something? And he goes, well, no, think about it. You don't want to be touching nothing on the way out.
Right.
He says, you use your foot, push it open. It's got the big stainless steel kick pad on the base. And, and he says, and you go through a lot less hand towels because he says people wash their hands, dry them, throw that in the garbage, take a fresh towel and use that on the doorknob to get out. He says, now they don't even have to touch the damn door.
Yeah.
And then they got to my office, 21 employees, all their offices, all those doors got flipped so that you use the handle to get in. And it had a push bar on the inside of your office door. So you could push it with your hip and open your door and go out. I liked that engineer. He was pretty sharp. He was thinking, everybody's touching that outer stuff. And then you go in, you wash your hands, you come out with a clean hand and touch that dirty stuff that everybody's been touching. And like you said, probably only 1 out of 5 or even worse odds than that, people actually stop and truly wash their hands after using the bathroom. I've gone into a Walmart bathroom and watched 4 or 5 guys go in there, use it, walk right out. And it's like, they're out there touching stuff. They're out there in the grocery department squeezing the loaves of bread. No.
I worked at a food place. I'll tell you, I worked at a Pizza Hut. I was a manager.
Hey, Ginger Locks.
And I had one of my employees. What's up, Peggy? Patreon Pirate. I had one of my employees go into the bathroom that washes the dishes and stuff. He walked in the bathroom, went to the bathroom. A customer saw him. He came back and started putting the plastic cups he had just washed away.
Oh.
She came to me and told me what was going on. I had them pull all those plastic cups. The clean ones that were at the bottom, I had them pull all the plastic cups and run everything through the dishwasher because there was no way for me, or especially since someone had seen, there's no way that wasn't not going to happen. And I told the guy, I says, you got to wash your hands. And I know your hands were clean because you're washing dishes all the time, and you go to the bathroom, your hands are clean. But as soon as you touch,
parts,
your wiener,
you just
Nobody
wrecked
else
that.
wants your wiener stuff, and you may have the cleanest wiener out there, but nobody
don't
wants
matter.
clean wiener stuff on the glasses either.
Yeah, just no wiener stuff.
Nope.
Yeah, when I had my pizza joint, boy, my staff they thought I was just anal, but the health inspectors would come in and they'd spend 2 hours looking for shit, and they'd go, damn, we're going to catch you one of these times. I told them, no, you won't. Just ask my staff. You ain't catching nobody doing nothing wrong in this place. And they knew. Jeez. They'd say, Sty, I gotta run out front. I gotta use the restroom. Okay, go ahead. They go out front. Then they come through the doors into the kitchen, and they got their hands up like this to me. And they always did that. A year after they started working for me, they're still doing that. Washed them, Sty.
Yep.
Damn right you washed them. You don't touch nothing outside this kitchen without scrubbing them hands before you touch anything in my kitchen. My customers, they ain't catching nothing because of a bad employee's habit, I just had my winners.
I'm not sure what that means, Peggy, but
yeah. I've been
oh, but no, that's it's always been one of those. I tell you what, I don't go to buffets no more. Just some of the stuff I've seen in buffets makes me squeamish, and and what I see makes me squeamish.
Yeah.
So it's what you don't see is yeah.
We did, in fact, at the last reservation I worked for, our casino had a big buffet in their restaurant, and I ate there a couple times, and I saw how people reached over things, and some of the people that were reaching. We had people coming right from work, and they're grubby. They're outdoor workers, or they work in a shop or whatever, and they're reaching in there, and they drop something and they pick it up with their fingers. And I'm going, this crap's got to end. You realize what's going on in that buffet? Somebody's going to get sick one of these days. And I talked to the management crew for the casino, and we retrofitted the whole thing. Heck, we ended up providing, actually 8 jobs. They were rotating shifts, but we created 8 new jobs. They were minimum wage jobs, basically, but there were 8 new jobs. Now it's still the same buffet, but you come along with your plate, and you set your plate up on the top and tell the guy on the other side what you want on it. He'll serve you anything in that buffet. You just don't get to serve yourself.
You don't get to touch the utensil.
You don't touch the utensils. They do it for you. And if you say, well, no, I want a full plate of that pickled herring. Well, okay, he'll load it right up for you, just the way you want it. But you ain't touching nothing. And they changed that the year after I resigned from there. They changed that, and it was within 6 months. They had botulism go right through the whole place. Food poisoning went right. They ended up with like 16 customers with food poisoning, and they found out it was cross-contaminated by a person that was a customer. And yep.
Yeah, you were saying that, and just before you even said that, I started thinking, our friends, we were just talking to them last Friday because we went over their place to play cards, and they were on a cruise February last year when this whole COVID thing started, right?
Right.
And they were afraid they were going to be one of these ships stuck out at sea.
Right.
But again, they were at the end of February.
Yeah, and just the following month is when those ships got locked up out at sea.
But you were hearing about all the problems and everything else. So their ship immediately, now this is freestyle eating, so it's all buffet, right?
Right.
But their ship immediately took the utensils away for people to serve themselves and they were doing exactly what you said that buffet was.
Yeah.
People get in line, they put their stuff up there, they get some on their plate. If they wanted more or less, they take more or take more on there or whatever. But they immediately, most of those places are pretty good. You hear bad stuff about cruise ships and people getting sick and whatnot, but it seems almost as quickly as that happens, those places are doubling up the amount of stuff that they're wiping down and how often they're wiping stuff down, because you get people from every ethnicity, country, all over in countries. Of course, I would say that the deck is probably the dirtiest place on a cruise ship, because you have got tons of people out there. Guys are probably the worst, that are out there drinking their beer, drinking their whatever, having to pee every 30 minutes. And there's bathrooms out there on the deck, but that pee makes it on the floor. Dribble here or dribble
and
there.
Tracking it all over.
But the floors are wet from shower shoes and everything else. And that stuff gets tracked all over that place. Now, of course, there's a lot of chlorine or salt in that water. But that stuff gets tracked all over that place. And they are very thorough about making sure if you've ever been on a cruise ship and going to the cafeteria or place to eat, they've always got a girl there with something washy. They want you to squirt the stuff in your hands, or they make you do it. Squirt the stuff in your hands and whatnot, so that your hands, at least, if your clothes aren't, at least your hands are sanitized. So.
Right. And the thing is, it's not, those steps aren't difficult, for crying out loud. No. I stayed at a hotel in Palm Springs that I really liked that place. Their pool, they had 2 guys working out around the pool all the time. And there were 2 restrooms right there. Well, their locker room, kind of changing rooms and restrooms. Those guys, I'm not kidding. I bet you every 10 minutes you'd see one of those guys going across, and he's mopping in front of both restrooms, in front of the doors, all the way out to the main walking area. And that was the only place they were mopping. But they were mopping in front of the restrooms constantly. And I always thought, I wonder why they're doing that, Why aren't they mopping this whole area around the whole pool, just in front of the restrooms all the time? Always mopping in front of the restrooms. It's because you drag stuff around on your feet all over, and they're just making sure that floor's good and sterile,
Yeah, I've probably been about 6 cruises so far in my life. Now, that's 6 cruises over the last 25 years. But they're still, to me, they're the best value. The most expensive part about a cruise for me is the fact that they go out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale. You got to fly down and fly back.
Getting to where the port is the hard part.
Yeah. Well, we pay probably $600 round trip or more for me and the wife to pay about $650 a person to go on a cruise ship for a week. All your meals are paid for. In that, we usually have an all-you-can-drink alcohol package, so we can drink all of the alcohol that we want to, and we do. And then of course, we got usually on a 7-day cruise, you've got 3 or 4 ports that you go to.
Yeah,
you don't have to get off the ship if you don't want to.
Oh, and there's entertainment on the ship.
Oh yeah,
and that's all inclusive. That's
I've seen the Blue Man Group on a cruise ship. I've seen some great shows on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
So,
hey, I'll be right back, Phil.
Okay. When you get back, I'm gonna take a break too, because I gotta go. Oh yeah, I was drinking a lot before I came up here. So, but yeah, if you guys if you've never taken a cruise, that's or you even go on an all-inclusive. I've got a lot of friends that have been on these all-inclusive things to like Mexico or whatever, or wherever, where you go there for a week, and the resort that you're at, your meals, your alcohol, and all that stuff's included. Now, of course, you leave their resort and you go somewhere else, but all those all-inclusive ones, they're $500, $600, $700 per person. You think about it, what's a hotel room cost per night, easily over $100, right? Most of these places are nice. You got a place to stay. And if you figured, you're spending 7 nights, so 7 nights on the cruise ship, right? $700 minimum, just for sleeping. So that's to me a cruise or an all-inclusive thing. If you can get something between $600-700, per person, it's a great value. I mean, and you don't have to clean up after yourself. Your room, they make your bed and do all that great stuff for you. Well, it's not free room service. You do tip your the person that cleans your room. Even the alcohol is free. But what we do is when we get on the cruise ship is we find out where we're going to on the main deck, where we're going to drink the most. And that's going to be kind of our hangout. It used to be the area that was like the smoking area. I don't know if it'll continue to be that. And we find someone that's there and the times that we're there, and we find one person and we'll tip them. We'll tip them, $10 per couple. So that person, let's say we're there with or more per day. So, but if let's say we're giving $20, this person's getting $60 from 3 couples, and you get treated like a king. Your drink starts to go down. They're right there. They're right there. They love that. And then, again, instead of putting a little money on these stupid sign and sale cards, $1 tip every time no. You find your person. You make that your person. You pay them at the beginning of the day. They treat you like a king all day long, even when they leave. Because they get breaks. They go to other parts of the ship or they go to get lunch or whatever. They tell you when they're going to be back and everything else. I've never gone to I'm not a cigar smoker, but yeah. It's awesome. And of course, these people appreciate it. A lot of these people are from other countries. A lot of them from Philippines, India, places like that. And, your $20 to them is like $100. Your $20 is like $100 to them or more. And you're doing that for them every single day. Oh, they love us. So, and there are people that go on there and they treat these people like dogs too, but
yeah,
we go on there. We're very appreciative of the service they give us, regardless of whether or not we tip them, but we tip them because the good service we get then becomes exceptional service. Well, we were on one where they said they ran out of Bud Light years and years and years ago. And no, they just ran out of the day's Bud Light. Me and my buddy, we were still getting a 6-pack of Bud Light brought in a plastic bucket with ice in it, because they bring us a 6-pack at a time. But when they brought it to us, they would cover it up with a beach towel,
so that nobody knew you were getting
nobody else knew. We had them, but it wasn't sitting out there in the open,
right? Right,
because we took care of them. So
that's it. That's it. The service people, in any kind of arena like that, if you treat those service people real good, it comes back to you. I used to do that in Vegas, and boy, I wish but I had a wife at the time, so it didn't matter, I guess. But I was pretty flush, But every time I went out to Vegas, typically about once a month, and I'd stay 3 to 5 days. But at several of the casinos, I'd go right to the cage, and I'd say, "Yeah, I want to talk to your floor manager." They get the floor manager over, and I'd say, "Hey, you got a problem with cashing a $10,000 personal check?" "Well, not at all. You got proper ID and everything, right?" Yeah. "Well, we'll take care," and then they'll take care of you themselves. "You get 10 grand cash, right?" Hey, you ain't going to spend it in their damn casino. But along with that 10 grand comes about 3 or 4 free meals at the 5-star restaurants in their casino, and all kinds of perks, other perks.
They want to keep you in there at the casino.
And I flip the guy $50, but I'm getting about $500 worth of perks out of him.
Right.
And for $50. And then they see you on the casino floor. They don't forget you either, man. They're right over there. How's your stay? Is everything okay? Are the staff treating you good? This and that. Well, you can get anything you want.
Oh yeah.
Because you treated somebody that's out there getting yelled at all day. You treated them good. You slipped them a 50 or a 20, and it's just like, yeah, that's a good person. I like that guy. And I would do that, and then I'd go down to the Western Union, give them the 10 grand, wire that money back to my bank.
Hold down the fork for a second.
You betcha. Yeah, that's one thing is I have to say it's always seemed to work is if you're in any kind of service business, you always want to exceed the customer's expectations. You can pretty much so tell what they expect. If you've got a restaurant, like I had a pizza joint, and I knew they were going to want high quality pizza, period. Quality, quality, quality. The price was fair, quality was awesome. And they'd come in, and I always made sure my wait staff treated every customer like they were kings and queens. And my waitresses, all my wait staff, they made tons of tips. Man, they made big money. Big money. The customers just loved them. And they loved their customers, man. They'd remember the customers that tipped them a 20. They just, next time that customer would come in, they'd be right to that customer. Do anything they could for them. Yeah, exceed the customer's expectations, and customer's going to take care of you. But like Phil was saying, you still got these people that treat service people like crap, Beer also great pizza. Craft beer and they have great pizza. That's my kind of place. We didn't have craft beer back then. That was in the 70s. In fact, we didn't even have a liquor license for our pizza joint. But you could get a Michelob, you could get Bud, you could get Miller and Curds. And what I would do is I wouldn't charge the customer. I'd have a couple of customers come in, and they're looking at the menu, and they order their pizza, and then they tell the waitress, "You got beer?" And she'd say, "Well, you'll have to talk to the manager for that because we don't have a liquor license." And they'd say, "Oh, okay, can we talk to the manager then?" And I'd go out, and they'd say, "So you can't sell beer here, huh?" And I'd say, "No, but I can get you a couple beers. What do you want?" And I'd tell them what I've got in the back room. I'd bring them each a cold beer, and they'd say, "Well, how much are the beers?" And I'd say, "No. I'll let you have up to 3 beers with an order of a large pizza, but you don't pay for it. And if the cops walk in here and see you drinking beer and say, 'Hey, they don't have a liquor license,' you tell them I carried it in." Because at that time in the state of Minnesota, you were allowed to carry your own beer into restaurants.
You were?
Yeah. You couldn't buy it there. You couldn't buy it because the restaurant couldn't get a liquor license to sell. Didn't mean they couldn't have it there. They just couldn't sell it. They're not allowed to sell. And they changed that law in the early 80s. So, but while I had my pizza joint, that was sweet. Boy, I got lifetime customers for that restaurant by giving them a couple of free beers while they're eating their pizza, I hate my customers. I can't see.
They are rich, treat you below them, make you feel bad customers. It's sad.
Oh yeah, people that treat service staff that way are asses. They're just asses.
Yeah. I mean, you get that. I mean, I don't know where you work at, Tham, but you get places like that, country clubs and things like that. These people are
Yeah.
multi-millionaires or whatnot. Well, not billionaires, but I work for a guy that has plenty of millions, and you get people that are like that. They're just they treat you like they're beneath you, and nothing says classy to me than being. Again, I'm not that person, so but being someone who's got millions of dollars and being approachable.
Yeah. I've actually got he's an old work associate, but he's become a pretty good friend. And he's independently wealthy. He's worth about $650 million net.
There you go.
He will not buy any clothes anywhere except Walmart. He buys a brand new pair of socks every 5 days, or pack of socks at Walmart every 5 days, because he has put a fresh brand new pair on every day, right? Kind
like you?
Like I used to be.
Oh.
I didn't learn it from him either. But we were at a very high-end casino out east, and they had a what do they call that? Tuskegee restaurant. 5-star restaurant, literally jacket and tie, or you don't get in the damn door.
Sure.
This guy is walking around. He's got his attorney is with him 24/7, and his attorney carries his credit cards. He's only got like 40 or 50 credit cards that his attorney carries, and the attorney's always got 10 to 15 grand in his pocket to pay for things they want to pay cash for.
Sure.
He invites a group of us to that restaurant to eat. Well, I knew it was jacket and tie, man. So I showed up in a suit. Here he comes wearing this beat up looking Western style shirt and a pair of Wrangler jeans from Walmart, and his beat up old shit kicker cowboy boots. And they're going, whoa, 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 sir, you are not allowed in the restaurant dressed like that. And he goes, what the hell are you talking about? I'm not allowed in that restaurant. And they said, well, no, you're not dressed properly. He says, I got clothes on. You can't see nothing. And they said, no, you have to have a jacket and tie. He goes, how would you like to end up working at McDonald's? And that maitre d' said, oh, well, now, sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave because we have rules. And he goes, I'm going to change your damn rules. He said, is this a franchise or is this a privately owned restaurant? And the maitre d' said, it's privately owned. He says, then it's going to have a new owner here within 24 hours. You're going to be working at McDonald's. I thought, man, he don't want to hear this highty-tighty kind of shit. And the guy was so down to earth. I mean, he's got his own private Learjet, and we all flew out to Connecticut in his jet, and we're flying out there in the jet, and they landed in Cincinnati, Ohio, because he had a craving. Next thing we know, we called her his stewardess, but she's his personal assistant. She leaves the plane, and he says, just stay put, guys. It'll only take about a half hour. She came back, and the freaking co-pilot was helping her with all the bags from McDonald's and these racks full of malts and drinks and stuff. Enough for 4 times the number of people that were on that plane. He goes, I didn't know what you guys would want, so we got a little bit of everything from McDonald's. You guys dig in the bags, have a good time. Just eat whatever you want. You would never know that. And it was funny because when we left Connecticut, the 3 limousines pull up to pick all of us up. And the lead limousine, the driver jumps out, runs over, and we got our bags on the sidewalk. We were there for 3 nights. And he's going to start loading the bags in the trunk. He looks at Will Craven, this fellow that's independently wealthy. And he goes, don't just stand there. Give me a hand. Give me a hand. So Will starts helping him. I mean, this guy's got so much money. He doesn't have, I bet he don't, if he didn't want to, he wouldn't have to wipe his own butt, you know? And so he's helping load the bags. And he goes, he tells that driver, he says, be real careful with that bag there. He says, that's the big money guy's bag there. And the driver leaned over to him and said, by the way, who's the big money guy? And he points at this old guy that was traveling with us from our tribe. This old guy, he's on Social Security. He's a tribal council member. He's on Social Security. And he goes, that's the money bags right there. He says, you better treat him like $1 million because that guy's worth many millions of bucks. That driver was kissing Earl's ass, helping that old guy with everything. It was just barely drizzling. And that driver says, you told the rich guy, you keep loading the bags. I got to go take care of him. And he runs and gets an umbrella and stands there with an umbrella over this old guy's head, you know. And that old guy ain't got, I bet you he didn't have $150 in the bank, you know. And that's the way Will was. He didn't like people knowing that he had money. He didn't like people treating him different because he had money. He said, no. He says, people are people. Some just have more than others, you know. And he says, if you can't treat someone that has nothing as much as you can, the same way you can treat somebody with everything, then he says, then you're the asshole, you know.
Yep.
And that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I deal with plenty of people, you know, where I work, where that have money, and yeah, some of them are very cool. I'm surprised at some of the people that I talk to that are cool with you. Now, and again, nobody is customer wise coming into a Chevy dealership for the most part, unless they're getting a Corvette or a high end Camaro,
right?
Or maybe like, you know, a Suburban or whatnot.
Yeah, beefed up truck.
But some of those people, you know, when you see they're making, you know, $200,000-$300,000 a year, they're making good money. They could be worth, you know, a few million.
Right.
But
yep. I bet you they're insured for 5 times that annual income.
Oh, sure.
You betcha.
Trail Trash says he wants another vet.
Oh,
come on down. We'll get you on the list. Trail Trash. We'll get you a vet about a year and a half from now. One of those mid engines for about 70 or 80 grand.
I bet you your dealership would have liked the one and only vet I ever owned, and I only owned it for 36 days.
Oh no.
1969 ragtop.
Oh really? Ragtop.
It was a ragtop. It was forest. It was metallic forest green with a black ragtop. Oh, was that vet sweet? Somebody stole it. Hot-wired to some bitch, stole it, and wrapped it around the telephone pole.
That's horrible.
It was horrible. I got a sweet deal on that. Yet this will make you all pee your pants. 1976, I bought that vet, and guess what? I only paid $7,200 for it.
Holy mackerel! Well, my dad told me about the 68 Camaro he bought, or 69 or 68 and a half, whatever you want to call it, when they first came out, because he went and got a Corvair.
Yep.
And I think he was telling me something about $2,500 or $3,500 for it back in brand new Camaro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my sister, she bought, what was that? Was it a 72? God, I think it was a 72 and Camaro. And I think she only paid like $3,600 for it.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't all tricked out or anything. You know, it was just a standard package, but she paid less than $4,000 for it, brand new.
But what was all tricked out about those cars back then? Maybe they had 2 engine options,
right? And
everything probably had manual windows. You know,
the sunroof option and shit like that. You know, that was about it. You know, there wasn't much of nothing for options.
Did they have sunroof options back in the early 70s?
Yep. She had she had 2 cars she bought, and I believe it was in 72, and that was her Nova and her Camaro. But the Camaro, she just got straight standard package. The Nova had the sunroof, sliding sunroof in it. It was manual, wasn't electric, it was manual. I thought that was pretty cool, except it leaked like a son of a bitch.
Well, neighbor girl asked, everything spicy. My husband was wondering if you know why hot sauces only come in glass bottles. We don't know. Now, I don't know for sure, but I will tell you there are some things, and I don't know if they're still considered hot sauces, but there's a few things that I see like aardvark out there. I see a yellow bird or something that are in squeeze bottles.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're hot sauces. I would think maybe it has something to do with the vinegar, and maybe although vinegar comes in plastic containers, I would think it has a lot more to do with the taste and keeping. See, actually, Secret Aardvark comes in play. I would think it has a lot to do with the taste, because when you put something in glass, you only taste what you got. I think when you put it in plastic, you're going to taste the plastic.
Certain chemical levels actually affect the plastic, and the plastic over a period of time, the best by dates are actually shorter on plastic bottles than they are on glass bottles, because plastic is, people don't realize it because they think it's 100% waterproof. No, actually things can seep through plastic over time.
Well, that's why we do things. They started coming out with these about a year ago. These are mother of pearl spoons, because a regular spoon, you're going to pick up a little bit of a metallic taste to things. So, they use these typically for caviar. Now, of course, Johnny Scoville came out with these with Chase the Heat, so you could actually do your hot sauce and actually not get that little bit of metallic taste to it.
Right.
So,
it won't distort the flavor at all.
I just thought, you know what? Why don't we try this awesome sauce?
This
is only cayenne, so it can't be that hot, right?
Right.
And it's awesome sauce, I love the color of this, though. I mean, look at the label, and then look at the color.
Yeah,
of the sauce.
yeah, it's bright.
I don't have too many sauces that are that bright.
Right. Yeah, it's just bright. That almost looks like something I'd want to put on chicken wings and slow cook them buggers.
Well, why don't we, instead of using the spoon? Definitely cayenne. Not a vinegar forward sauce, even though vinegar is the second ingredient on here.
Huh.
Not a very vinegary sauce. I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, you would think that.
But a very mild sauce.
Huh. You would think it would be prominent with the vinegar so high on the ingredient list. But that's cool.
Not bad. Not bad. Again, not a hot sauce. It doesn't raise my needle. But I think it's definitely a cool color.
It is. It looks good. I could see slow cooking.
So yeah, there's a bit of me that, after going to this place and realizing that the Pepper Palace for the most part sells Pepper Palace hot sauce. I'd love to open. What's up, Gary? I'd love to open my own hot sauce store.
Oh yeah, and have varieties.
Exactly. Well, I thought of a couple different things. One thing is by me there is a gas station right on the expressway, and they've had this little part of their gas station. It's a very small area. It's not part of the gas. It's sort of part of the same building, but it has its own door. And it's not. Right. And I thought, you know what? That'd be a great place to have something like a little Pepper Palace in, right? And again, it could be a desk. But then I started thinking, the Pepper Palace that they've got out at Birch Run is in Birch Run, so it's going to get foot traffic, right?
Right.
from people that just happen to be going to the other stores around it. And then
Right.
the one they're going to put up in Frankenmuth, it's in like a little strip mall area, whatnot. It's going to be foot traffic. So I'm thinking now you got to put these. I'm thinking maybe you need to put these things in a foot traffic area where there's going to be traffic for other things that people happen to walk in your place and buy a hot sauce.
Hi, Gary.
Well, what I'd like to do is kind of what like I think Puckerbutt does, Ed Curry, because he carries sauces from other companies as well as his own that he makes.
Right.
And sells it all. He buys at a discounted price.
Yep.
Challenges from other. I would love to have something like that in the state of Michigan. Now, my biggest holdback on doing something like that is taking the chance, right?
Right. The capital investment.
Yep. I mean, because again, you do something like that, and with a pandemic, with this, with that, there's an awful high cost of that was the rent for these places.
That was this gal that I knew. She opened up an awesome espresso coffee kind of place that was also what the hell do they call those? A net cafe. You can go in there and with your laptop.
Internet cafe, yeah,
internet cafe type of fare. All these beautiful plush chairs and couches and shit, and they served lunches and all kind. The place was awesome, beautiful. She opened it up, and it was a big risk. I mean, big investment for them, and I think she was into it $250,000, $250,000 to get her all up and running, and the place was a hit, and it just attracted anybody that came into that strip mall she was located in. They'd see it, and they were attracted, and they go in there. All of a sudden, 4 of the big brand name line stores in that strip mall shut down. And it literally cut 60% of the customer volume into that strip mall. It killed her business. She was set back in that mall, and she depended on mall customers that came in, drove through the parking lot, would see her restaurant. Well, 60% of the customers aren't pulling in there anymore. And they're winner damn invest. If she would have had a different location, like her husband said, she needed a standalone location where she had a lot of street traffic,
right,
that would see her place and it would pull in. Depending on that mall, was a risk they probably shouldn't have taken. And so by the time they liquidated everything, shut it all down, they lost about 60 to 80 grand on the deal. But boy, for about a year, the place was booming. I mean, it was really doing well. She would have hit break even in 36 months, I'm sure of it.
I don't have my own sauce, so I would have to get other people's sauce. I'd have to be able to get it from them at a little bit of a discount. Because again, if it's let's say it's an $8.95 bottle of sauce, if I could buy it from the place for a couple bucks less, great. Yep. I could sell it for what they asked for, maybe $1 more than what they asked for it online, because you've got it there. Break a bottle, and you got to sell 2 more in order to make up for the one that's broken, right?
Yep.
And that stuff's going to happen, Yep. So I figure if you get into it, you gotta put all the money forward. You got to do it. And I look at, me and the wife were even talking like, Great Lakes Crossing Mall, 15, 20 years ago, this mall was the latest and greatest mall in, like a Mall of America type place,
right.
In Auburn Hills, Michigan. And now nobody hardly goes to it like they used to. Now, of course, part of it's pandemic, but even before the pandemic, it wasn't getting the foot traffic, You got places like J.C. Penney that's pulling out. You got big companies that are pulling out of that place, and it doesn't take long. And then you got to be able to get in when the getting's right, get out before it's too late.
Right.
And And you know what? And you
A
got
lot of
you
work.
and you got to constantly be on the move. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you can plant roots one place and be successful.
No, you got to be
Not
able
today.
to. You got to be able. You got to not just think out of the box. You got to get out of the box. You do have to diversify and spread out. That was our pizza joint, man. Our pizza joint, when I went in there, when we went into that pizza, when I took over the management contract on that pizza joint, weeknights they were doing $300-400 a night is all they were doing. They had one waitress, one pizza cook. That's it. That's all they could afford with the money they were making. They could pay the lights. That's about all they were doing. And on their weekends, a big night on a weekend was $1,000. When I left there, we were doing $3,000. We were closed on Mondays. That was the only day our restaurant was closed, was on Monday. Tuesday nights, minimum $3,000 on a Tuesday night. A Friday and Saturday night, 12 to 15 grand a night.
Oh.
And the owner, his wife, I thought she was going to stab him in his sleep. He would not listen to me. I told him, I said, we need at least 3 more branches around the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. We had people traveling all the way from St. Paul, all the way through Minneapolis to the suburbs on the western side to come to our pizza joint. And they said, we only get to get out here once a month because of the distance. It's so far. And I told them, I said, we've got about 30 customers from the east side of St. Paul. We need a restaurant on the east side. We need one on the north side, one out down on the south end. We got to have all 4 points of the compass covered around this big, huge metro area. I said, you'll be a freaking rich man. No. And I told him, I said, all it would take is about 60% of his net off of that one restaurant for us to get the second one established. Once that one reached break even, we could have opened a third off of the second. And then the third would support opening the fourth. And he just didn't want to think outside the box, And yeah, he could have been a rich man, very rich man. But he was goofy that way.
Would you guys remember the guy? You probably don't. Mike Kickus. He had this hot sauce. It was a local one from Facebook here. Let me grab the bottle real quick. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I was going to say that name sounded familiar.
Yeah, he was a local guy that I found that was selling hot sauce on Facebook.
Yeah. I'd seen it. What I'm recalling is you talking about getting that local hot sauce.
There it is. So again, little local guy. He was selling Facebook Marketplace here in Michigan to other people in Michigan. Fantastic sauce, hot Carolina Reaper, Trinidad Scorpion, and Ghost Pepper. So 6 months ago, maybe more. What's up, Cliff? How you doing, man? I was talking to him about possibly making a sauce for me, right? Putting my name on it,
right?
And everything else. What's up, Dustin? And you know what? We started talking back and forth, Facebook Messenger type thing, and he really didn't know how to market it or do nothing. I mean, I'd be doing part of the marketing on here, but we didn't know the legalities behind stuff, and then he would have to. Well, the guy in the meantime, his wife came on here a month or two ago, was in the chat. She started messaging me. He is cleaning up. He is making tons of. He's got his full-time job, and it seems like he spends all of his free time.
That.
He spends all of his free time now
just
making the sauce.
Yeah. I remember you having her on here and talking about that.
Yep. All of his free time now, and he's getting his chilies from across the pond.
Right.
because he can't get them here obviously during the winter months, but he's still got demand for the product.
Right.
So yeah, he's doing great, and I'm happy for the guy. I wish I'd but again, I didn't know how to go about it. I didn't know what was fair for him, what was fair for me. Am I going to pay for the labels? And he's going to pay for this? What do I pay for? What does he pay for? I mean, I didn't want to rip him off, and I didn't want to get ripped off.
Right. Yeah, you guys really needed an independent business planner to kind of write up some terms that you guys then could at least have terms and then pick and choose and work off of that. It would have been so much smoother, because it's a lot of work. That's why I said earlier, putting a business together like that, it's a lot of work. Oh, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
This local restaurant that my youngest boy worked for 19 years as the assistant manager, and he was the senior manager for their salad dressing department. They started like a sister corporation to the main restaurant, and it's called Ed's Own, and they make this Ed's Own. It's like a French style salad dressing, right? And they had a 8-car garage attached to the restaurant. They converted it, made it into a food handling area, and they got the minimal equipment they needed to make this salad dressing, because they were making it for in their restaurant. It's homemade. It's Ed's the owner of the corporation. It was Ed's recipe, and everybody loved it. So he said, well, let's try to bottle it and sell it. That stupid salad dressing went apeshit on him. They were selling maybe 100 quart jars of it a year when he started out. Now they're grossing over $800,000 a year in salad dressing, and they've got a contract with the local Walmart, and they're required to keep an end cap full of Ed's Own dressing at that Walmart. And it just kept going nuts. Now they ship it. They'll ship it all over the country if you want it. But I looked at he didn't know what he was going to run into. He just had a good recipe. Started bottling it up and selling it and thinking, well, I'll make a few extra bucks. And then it started growing, but he didn't have a business plan for it. So it was just a nightmare. He kept running in hurdles to jump over and crap. And, the USDA label requirements and everything, meeting all the standards and stuff. He didn't know what was hitting him, because he didn't think about it before he started it. But I laughed, because I told him, I said, Ed, you would have been making $1 million on that sauce by now, but you would have been making it 3 years before you got up to 800,000 if you would have had all that stuff done in the front end instead of trying to do it as you went, But yeah, it just keeps, and their restaurant, because of COVID, business dropped right off, and they're not making shit. But that sauce is selling all over, because you can't just come and pick up jars. They're not a store. They'll send it to you. They'll ship it to you. And so his sauce business actually went up during COVID.
Wow.
His restaurant went down, but his sauce business went up. I tried to convince his son, who is now inheriting the place. I told him about you and what you eat. And I told him, I said, you got to come up with some really hot, spicy shit, And he's afraid.
It's tough. It's funny, because when I first got into this, probably the first few months, there was a company, Twisted something or other. I forget what the name of the company is. And they just started marketing their sauce. Pallets of their sauce going to these different, stores. They started getting into smaller markets like the IGAs, the smaller ones like this. And I told the guys, of course, I knew nothing, right? You need to start making hotter stuff. There's this whole market of people out there, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you know what? He's just starting to get his product into these places. He's like, you know, that's for someone else. It's not for me. And I get it. I get it now because, again, you know, you can make this stuff. You know, Hellfire hot sauce is starting to get into some places. They've been selling a ton of sauce, and I'm sure him and his wife are making, you know, a decent living doing what they're doing. But they're just now starting to get into some smaller type places. But they've been able to sell their sauces all over. I mean, they obviously sell plenty of sauces because, you know, they're on the hot ones. A lot of people know them from hot ones. A lot of people know them in the chili community as being one of the bigger sauce companies.
Right.
In the chili. And a lot of it has to do with the flavor of their sauce. A lot of it has to do with their artwork on their bottles. So their bottles are the ones that are just, you know, magnificent looking hot sauce bottle. The way a hot sauce bottle should look, right?
Right. You know, and the more eye-catching, it's just like our thumbnails, you know?
Right.
That's their thumbnail on that bottle, you know? The better the thumbnail, the more likely somebody's going to pick it up and start looking at it, you know? And
that's even like they're trying to do a more traditional label for like the grocery store, and they put some labels and stuff out there which are still better looking labels than most stuff you'll see on a hot sauce shelf in Meijer, Walmart, or whatever. But it wasn't what they've got. But again, what they've got, you know, the devil crapping fire, you probably can't put in Walmart and Meijer.
That it doesn't go over so well.
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, that visual marketing is a big deal too. You know, as long as the visual comes out in the flavor too. So what you see should be what you're going to get. So if you see that to die for label, it should be a to die for sauce, you know, that people, when the word gets out, oh, they got the best label in the world, but oh my God, somebody peed in that bottle. I mean, it's bad. You know, it can kill all your marketing. My pizza joint, when I took the management contract on that, I had full control of the outfit. And the pizza joint was called the Golden Horn Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
The Golden Horn Pizza. And out front, he had this longhorn steer rack mounted on the front of the building, and it was spray can painted gold. Golden Horn Pizza. And I said, you know, it looks like a Western bar. It doesn't look like a pizza joint. I said, this is terrible. First thing I did, I got up there, took them horns off the front of the building, and I looked at the name Golden Horn Pizza. I called the boss up and I said, the owner, and I said, we're changing your restaurant name. Get ready to adjust your paperwork. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, no, we're changing it. He come in a week later and he saw the front of his pizza joint and he walked in and he goes, I want to eat here. I had this guy, I commissioned this guy. He made us the most awesome 2-dimensional pizza that was about 4 foot across, and it looked like it was gold plated. I mounted that on the front of the building and changed the name to the Golden Pizza. Our business went up by 30% just by doing that. But when people walked in, they expected a golden pizza, you know. It better be good, you know. If the front of the store says, look at that, you know, it's going to be good. And as long as you meet their expectation, yeah, you got to be fancy with that thumbnail, you know.
Huh? I mean, and then look at this. Look at this. I mean, I bought the label, right?
Yeah.
I saw the 3 peppers, so I knew it'd be hot.
Yeah.
But I bought the label, right?
Yeah. It's an awesome label. Love it.
And it wasn't cheap.
How much is that? 17?
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
I bought 5 bottles of sauce or 5 bottles of stuff. I bought 5.
Right.
Actually, I bought 5 things. Well, I suppose we got something for free. But I spent $75 there for all 7 things I got.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Averaging over $10 a
And
piece.
this is probably way overpriced. But
Yeah.
I was there. I kind of. It's funny. I was there. I almost felt sorry for the guy that was there, but the guy that's there is just probably a guy making $10 an hour. He's not the owner. The owner's not there. Well, I kind of felt after being there, I got to talking to the guy. It's funny because I try to be humble, but we're looking at those sauces and whatnot. And the guy said something to my wife. My husband eats hotter stuff than what you got here, and I'm like,
oh, here we go. Yeah.
And the guy looked at me kind of puzzled. And I'm like, yeah. I told him like, yeah, I've got a YouTube channel, blah blah blah. I started telling him some of the stuff I did. I gave him one of my cards and everything, and he's like, oh, okay. We chatted a little bit about it, but it was, it's funny is I'd like to help the place. I'd like to help them, get some business in there. I wouldn't mind going back there and doing something with them to help promote that the fact that they're there,
right,
and bring them some business, right?
Right.
Because I'm all into that. I mean, he was telling me he's not a chili head. He doesn't even like spicy stuff. And now he started to learn about peppers and stuff. And it's like I said, I don't know. Again, I don't know how much time I'd want to spend up there, considering it's 45 minutes away from my home, and things like that, and everything else I got going on in my life with YouTube and everything else.
Yeah,
but it seems like it'd be something. But it'd be one of those things to see if I got up there and I could help out and help them sell some stuff, or get something going on around there, and I enjoyed it. That might be something to tell me if I'd want to do it myself.
Right.
So
yep. Well, and the thing is if you're going up there and you're helping him draw a customer base in, he can help direct his customer base towards your channel too.
Right.
So it's, it could end up being a win-win-win-win-win
Right.
kind of thing where, and you'd have fun, you'd have some enjoyment in doing it, I don't think that.
I thought of OCB lady. It's funny because I went up there today. I went up there with my, making sure my phone was fully charged. I went up there with my my tripod. I went up there. I brought along my 4 Packy chips with me. I ate half a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I went in there, thinking that's going to be like a normal pepper palace. So I'd get to try all this stuff.
Yeah.
The end is an extract, which is very hot. So I'm thinking I'll be eating that. So I want to make sure I don't look like a fool and eat the end and then have stomach cramps, kind of like I had a little bit at the very beginning of this thing. So, and of course, was very disappointed when I went inside because of the health code and everything else, that they don't have any samples, and they didn't have a lot of traffic because of where they're at. They don't have a sign on the outside of the building that tells it, Pepper Palace, and I feel bad for them that they're not. It's just not more. To me, Pepper Palace is a big deal. Now, maybe it's not a big deal for people in other states, and Pepper Palace is just another hole in the wall place. But then again, when I started thinking about doing my own, I'm thinking, well, what could I name it? I was trying to think, why wouldn't I just name it after my channel?
Yeah, right.
Because if I opened one up, it would be about everything. I mean, again, I would everything challenges from other companies, sauces. It would be everything spicy, right?
Right. Well, think about it. You could. I'm sure that you could work out getting bulk purchase deals with like Spice and Easy, and having a whole curry section. I get you got me thinking about what you could do, and I was thinking the same thing earlier, Phil. Your Everything Spicy logo up on your wall there. Can you imagine that as a marquee?
Right.
On roadway? Yeah. That's going to catch the eye. People are going to see that and go, "Whoa, what the hell is that place? What, is that a Mexican restaurant, or it's got to have something to do with something hot, and it'll draw their attention, bring them in." And, it's, with the Pepper Palace, I mean, that's an awesome name for a store that sells hot sauces.
Right.
And the like. you would think they'd have a beautiful marquee, with some kind of palace kind of thing going on and some great emoji style type peppers up there or something.
Maybe a YouTube channel.
Pepper Palace, the Pepper Palace, and draw a bunch of folks in, illuminate the hell out of it so it's glowing red or something, That's yeah.
I mean, even having a YouTube channel. I mean, there are plenty of YouTube people out there that do stuff from the Pepper Palace, but they don't even have like their own YouTube channel. So it's I don't know. Again, it's something I get to thinking about, and the biggest problem I have is taking that risk, right? Taking that leap of faith and doing something. So,
see, yeah, B lady, maybe they're short on funds right now. See, those kind of positions on things for me don't work. In my whole career, people would say, "Yeah, no, we're not going to take a risk because we're just kind of short on money right now." If you really want it, you'll find it. You'll do it. You'll do it. I don't want to hear. The thing is, you're never short on funds if you do enough research to make sure that marketing is going to put you beyond the point of diminishing return. If you know you're going to profit off of this step, you'll find a way to fund that and find that advancement to bring it in,
Well, it's funny, since I've started this a little over 2 years ago, right? And I was obviously doing spicy stuff and trying challenges and stuff before I even had a channel. I've seen this market grow.
Yeah.
How many different Doritos do they have on the shelf today that are spicy versions than what they had just 2 years ago?
Half of Walmart, everything's spicy now.
Right?
You look, everything that you buy is spicy now. It's got a spicy version next to it.
Yeah.
Everything.
And that's all for, I've noticed it specifically within the last 2.5 years now. Maybe it started before 2.5 years from now, but I see it only growing from there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's already grown so much that it's noticeable. I mean, where it's just visually noticeable.
Unless you don't like spicy, you don't pay attention to it.
Right. Right. But now I don't buy a lot of the really hot stuff because I just can't handle it anymore. I still look. Especially if it pops out. That's like when I was in the ice cream department a week ago. Mango habanero ice cream.
Oh my God.
What the hell? Mango habanero ice cream in the ice cream department. Never heard of such a thing in there. I've heard people say, "Oh, put this sauce on your ice cream, that sauce on your ice cream, that stuff." But I haven't seen a commercial ice cream that was mango habanero.
Right.
And their Walmart's got it, and shocked me. And it was in a weird spot. It was right between the banana split ice cream and the peanut butter cup ice cream. It was right between those two. It was like, yeah, it's just another ice cream now. Oh, you haven't heard about the habanero ice cream? What the hell's the matter with you? What?
Yeah, I wish I could get with someone who had the money, who had the knowledge to do it. That'd be so awesome.
That's it.
Because if I could quit what I'm doing, and because I love the hot sauce, I love.
Yeah.
If I could do this that would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. It would be nice to be able to get somebody to grub steak something like that.
Find the right person with the capital and everything else. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's it. I worked with an outfit. Well, yeah, worked with them. I ended up being their treasurer in their corporation. I didn't like that deal. But we had this awesome plant. You know those bundles of firewood you see out front of stores?
Mm-hmm.
gas stations and that. You know, you get a
Mhm.
bundle for $5.99 or $6.99. Well, we had access, and we had what the deal was. We had access to all these contracts through the Forest Service and the local logging companies that we get all their aftercut, what we call aftercut, and it's all wood that's, you know, anywhere from 8 inches down. You know, it's the tops of the trees. All they do is push them in piles and burn it. Well, we had a machine that you could go out there and grab that stuff, and it would delimb it, and it'd bucket up into firewood, right? And we had a firewood mill. The only thing we didn't have was a processing plant and the property in which it would sit. And I told those guys, I said, we can get this business going, no problem. They said, we just don't have the capital. I said, well, we just got to go to the bank. Went to the bank, talked to the bank, and the bank managed to say, we'll pony up half of what you're looking for. Well, what we were looking for was $1.5 million. They're going to kick in $700,000. And I said, that ain't enough to get the property and the building. Well, the community closest to where our source of wood was had this, they had, through taxes, taken a piece of property that used to be a huge ass bar and bowling lanes. And it had been converted into that. And it used to be an IGA grocery store. I said, that's our perfect processing building right there. Well, the property was worth about $600,000. And I went to the city and I told the city planner, I said, give us that property. They said, what do you mean, give it to you? I said, give us that property. I said, we'll give the city $50,000. You give us that property. You tax exempt it for 5 years, do a TIF on it for 5 years. We're going to get a business running on there. We're going to create 28 jobs, and you guys will come out as the heroes. Otherwise, the city's got a piece of property. You had it on the market for 3 years. Nobody's interested. He went to the city council. The city council said, give it to him for $50,000. Give it to him. We just want rid of the damn thing. So we had the property, the building, everything. And then I said, nah, I'm out of here. I didn't quite like a few of the board members. so I resigned my position with them. And sure enough, they got it all done. They got it set up. And they're pounding out those little bundles of firewood out of that place. Semi-loads. They're getting like 6 semi-loads a day out of that place.
Wow.
And we didn't have nothing. But we went to the bank and told them this is what each of us have in assets. So if we end up defaulting, at least we can cover the loan. You know,
Right.
we got enough of our own assets that the loan is low risk. And once the bank gave us the $700,000, that was nothing but leverage money, man. We were walking around town flashing that $700,000 under anybody's nose that could help us. We didn't offer them any of it, but we flashed it. They offered. They wanted an inside track to that new business, and yeah, it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, you see a lot of that around. Well, not at that level, obviously, but you know, we have a lot of campgrounds and stuff around here, and every one of our party stores has got a bundle of wood, but that bundle of wood has come from that guy down the street. Yeah, he's got the bundles up in front of his place too, and
Right.
yeah, no, I mean, all of that's
well. See, what we designed, and I'm pissed at them because they haven't marketed them outside of Wisconsin yet, and so they even make these bundles that are single fire bundles, and they're all hardwood. They got a fire starter in the bundle. You pull this tab out to a certain point, and then you give it a quick yank, and it ignites, and you set that bundle in your fireplace, and that son of a bitch burns. It's all combustible, no plastics or nothing. And You don't even need a damn match. It's all built into it.
Nice.
Yeah. And those sell for like $9.95. But it's about a 2-hour fireplace fire in that bundle for $10. Well, people that live in town, they'll pay $10 for one fire in their fireplace, you know.
Or something out on the back porch for an evening, right?
Right. Throw it in that little fire pit out back, you know. Yeah. And for the campgrounds, they have bundles that they ship all over that are in red mesh bags. And those bundles sell for $6.99 a bundle. And yeah, they sell them like hotcakes. Local firewood guys come out pretty good sometimes too if they're close to a campground. Damn right.
Yeah, we got one not too far from our. It's funny because a guy at my work's like, oh yeah, no, we go up to Camp Metamora all the time. That's where we go during the summertime. We go there 2 or 3 weekends a year. Blah blah blah. I'm thinking, really? It's like that place. It's for me, it's like 7 minutes from my house, and it's not that big a deal. It's like, well, for them and their kids to go out there to that beach to do canoeing, play in the water, it's a big deal for them.
To them, it's an adventure.
Yeah.
Boy, the family camping trip, boy. I used to love it in the town I grew up in. Nowadays, it's just part of Minneapolis. But even now, you'll run into people out there in the summer that they go, oh, we just love getting out of the city to come out here to the lake. And you're looking around, you're going, God, you should have seen this place back in the 60s and 70s. That was getting out to the lake. There was hardly anybody here. And now it's so damn crowded, you can't move. And they're, oh, God, to get out to the lake. Well, if you live downtown Minneapolis, if you can get near water, I guess you're doing okay. That's vacation. Yeah.
Hey, listen, guys, I'm going to let everyone go. It's getting late. We've been on here for 2.5 hours just babbling about no topic. But, it does get me thinking. It gets me thinking, and I'm glad we did this because it gets me thinking about, I don't know that what I'm doing now is what I want to do until the day I die.
Right.
And, maybe because I'm feeling
and you are young enough yet that it don't hurt.
I'm feeling melancholy about my job. This is a good time where my job, because we don't have cars to sell and stuff, and things are maybe this is some kind of a sign that I should do something or try something or
something different.
Who knows? Maybe that sign back there would look good on the front of a building. On a billboard, a couple miles down the road from that building. Who knows?
Yeah.
But, all right, guys. I'm going to let y'all go. Hey, Sty, thanks for coming up and hanging out with me tonight. Everyone out in the chat, I really appreciate you being here. Neighbor Girl, Bee Lady, Lazy Nate, Lawn Dog, all you guys, Fox and Outdoors, everyone that's been out there, been participating in the chat. I really appreciate you guys all being here. Have a great night. What is this is Friday. Tomorrow, I'm going to do something. Tomorrow. I'm not going to say what it is right now because, things can always change. But you probably should be around here around 5 o'clock tomorrow. That's all I got to say.
But 5 o'clock. That's right. Oh, yeah, you do it early Saturday. So
on Saturday, if I do something, it's going to be early. So if
I'm not here, buddy, apologies in advance. But I'm going to do everything I can to be here.
I got you. Again, if I decide I'm going to do something, I'll let everybody know with plenty of time, not like tonight. So tonight was kind of just like an impromptu get on here, show my Pepper Palace stuff that I picked up today, see if my new glasses glared a lot. They don't quite glare as much as the other.
No, they don't. They don't.
Now that I look at it. So, but all right, guys, have a great night. I love you. Keep it spicy.